Did you know that the average modern home has over 20 connected devices? That is 20 invincible windows strangers can peek through 24 hours a day. So whether it's a hacker targeting your bank accounts or predator targeting your child's social media accounts, the attack surface is very huge. But here is the good news. You don't need a PhD in computer science to close these windows. All you need is a strategy. I call it the Cybersafe Homes Kit. I'm going to take you through what I call the Cybersafe Home Practical Security Guide. This is an intro into the Cybersafe Home Kit that will help you to build a safer home for your family. So we're going to start with what I call the digital first strategy. And in this drill, we are going to deal with what I call the layered defense. So what do I mean by the layered defense? So protecting your home is not just about locking the front door. So if you're going to protect your home, you're going to lock the front door, you're going to lock the gate, you're going to lock the door inside the room. So the same way, we are going to be securing three layers. We are going to be securing the network, the device, and the human. So in every home, in terms of cybersecurity, we are looking at the humans in the house that are making use of devices. We're going to look at the device itself that they are making use of, and we're going to look at the network that is providing the access. So starting with the device, we are looking at the password. So in every device, there's a password, and the passwords have as your first gate, basically the gate that protects direct access to your devices. And nowadays, we have many devices. Remembering the passwords can be a problem. It's unsafe to write password and stick it all around in the house. And what's more, it's unsafe to repeat the same password in different devices or different accounts. How do we fix this? There are different types of password manager, or there are different password managers. We have 1Password, Bitwarden, NordVPN provides password management. There are so many passwords. So inside the Cybersafe Home Kit, we are going to get a password manager that will protect the gate. So how do we make use of the password manager? Choose one master password like blue coffee 1234 at or 378 at national blue coffee. That's a strong password. 1Password, which is going to be the master password that you're going to install for the password manager. The next thing you do is to install the password manager on all the devices you are using, your laptop, your Android phones, your iPhone, your tablet. Install the password manager on every device in your house that you make use of password to access. Use the password manager that you have just installed to generate password that you insert on all your devices. Remember, you have one master password that you have chosen that you use to access the password manager, and then the password manager now generates password for every of your accounts. This password manager will be responsible for providing you the password anytime you want to log into the account. So we have secured the gate. That is layer one. Let's move to the next layer. We are talking about the perimeter. This is the network, and we are looking at your privacy. In this case, your router, your Wi-Fi router is like your front door. Your password, remember, is your gate. You have locked the gate. You have generated a password. The router now is your front door. So what do we do with the router? You secure the router. Then when you are not at home, you are in a public place, you are trying to use the public internet anywhere, make use of a VPN. What are the practical steps you need to do here? Log into your router, create a guest network, specifically for IoT devices, be your microwave oven, maybe it connects to your internet, or your TV connects to your internet, or your washing machine that connects to your internet. These are all IoT devices. Create a guest network on which these devices will be connecting to the internet. Also, this guest network will be for visitors, for kids, for people around who just want to make use of your internet, or maybe guests in your house, people who are not part of the your house, your main house. Let them have access to this guest network, and while you have a main network that is properly secured for people within your household to use. Install the VPN on all your devices. So whenever anyone in the house steps out of the house, turn on your VPN. We have the fantastic VPN inside the Cybersafe Home Kit. The kit I mentioned earlier is NordVPN, and you have access to use NordVPN for 3 months within when you get this kit. So going to school, traveling, and you need to make use of a public Wi-Fi. Ensure that your VPN software is up and is turned on. So what other guards can you put in place? Parental controls. So another important thing you do to protect or to secure or provide a layered defense for your devices and for your family is to set parental controls especially for the kids and the younger ones in your home. Before a driver's license is given to the car, you go on a test drive, or you first of all send your kid to driving school, learn the driving, then you follow the kid inside the car and watch and be satisfied that he or she can drive the car successfully before you now hand over the driver's license to your kid. The same thing with your devices. Before you hand over your devices to your child, ensure that you go over what it means to set guardrail, to set protection, to set password. Go through this process with your child. Ensure the child understands the dangers of leaving password open or leaving the device open or connecting to unsafe networks. All this is part of the process that you go through. So through your children. So this is another layer or guard that you need to put in place to safeguard your home. And so what do you do in this case? So for those of you that have Android, so there's an Android family setting on your Android phone whereby you can monitor what your kids are doing even when you're not there. So if you activate the Android family setting on your phone, you can see when your child visits a site or when your child is doing something. From your own phone, you can control what happens on your kids or children's devices at any point in time, because the setting is universal. For iPhone users, sit with your child on the same phone, go through the setting, set the restrictions, the permissions and the restrictions on the iPhone before you hand over the phone to your kid. For Android, you can do it remotely. You can have a family setting that is that you set up while you are setting up the device. Whereas for iPhones, you have to manually, take the phone from your child and set the permissions before you hand over the phone to your children. So you set screen time, content privacies and restrictions on iPhones. But the problem with iPhone, like I mentioned, it's easy to bypass the iPhone because you are literally putting the settings using the phone you're about to give to the child. So the child can go to the setting and unset whatever you have set there. So a protection that you can do, or what you can do to protect your child in this case, is to go to the router at home, and set restrictions on what the kids or what your children can decide they can visit when using the phone when they are at your home. Unfortunately, when they step outside and they are on a network that is not restricted, they may be able to view any site that you will not be able to have control. So this is one of the limitations of handing over iPhones to children. So I will advise for your child, don't get them an iPhone, get them Android phone. Let them use Android phone. It's easier to control. When they are of age and they are grown up to take charge of themselves, you can hand over iPhones to them. So one strategy you can use to ensure that your kids are safe in this case is to do what we call the co-pilot technique. So for example, before you allow your child to have a social media account, a TikTok account, for instance, you install the TikTok on your own phone. Take you and your child, go through the TikTok settings, go through what's happening there, spend like 20 minutes exploring TikTok together, and let your child know the consequence of not properly being protected on TikTok. TikTok is very interesting. TikTok itself has very good settings that you can put in place to protect. So go through the settings of privacy on TikTok. These are part of the thing that is inside the home kit. When you subscribe to the Cybersafe home kit, or when you make a purchase of Cybersafe home kit, we will help you to go through these settings with your children and help you to set things in place on both your TikTok account or their social media account, set up privacy if you use Android, and give you advice on how to set these settings so that the child will stay protected. Like I mentioned earlier, the password is the outer gate, the router is your front door. We are now talking about the inner rooms door now, where we are talking about configuration and the set. Some of the things that you make use of to ensure that this safety is implemented is to download some tools. Tools like delete.me. So this tool can help you to delete pictures, delete digital footprints that you have left unknowingly online. For browsing experience, you can install tools like Canopy or Microsoft Edge for kids. These ones can automatically block out unsafe sites from being opened up on the devices that you're handing over to your children or to users within a house. There are also other tools like OpenDNS, whereby you can configure DNS, filter out DNS to websites that you may not want to be viewed while you are home. So all these services, all these tools, all these configurations, these settings will be delivered to you inside the Cybersafe Home kit. One of the major factors that I've seen that led to hacking being successful is lack of proper awareness. People are not aware when they are faced with cybersecurity attacks. Why? Not just because they have not heard about it, but because it's not something that constantly comes into their minds. They often forget that this could be an attempt to get into my privacy. This could be an attempt to hack my bank account. This could be an attempt to to fall for a phishing attack. The cyber culture games. What this game simply does is to reinforce your cybersecurity principles. It helps you to retain what you have learned in cybersecurity. So you are always remembering that, oh, this could be a phishing attempt, this could be a social engineering attack, this could be somebody trying to hack into my account. So when you play this game over and over, it helps to reinforce your cybersecurity knowledge and your cybersecurity awareness. It also helps you to know what to do. One of the most important things in cybersecurity is knowing what to do when you sense an attack is going on or is about to happen. One of the things that these games do is helping you to learn cybersecurity in a fun way, and also helping you to learn knowing what to do in a fun way. This is the cyber culture kit, cyber culture game kit. So it's a board game that teaches you how to protect yourself, how to experience cyber security. So it makes it very easy for you to teach your kids on what happens. So the board game that flows is a kind of monopoly concept. So when you get the Cybersafe Home Kit, you have access to this game at a very discounted rate, over 50% discount. So this game will help to make learning cybersecurity fun. When you play this game, you learn how to identify scam, phishing attempts, drive-by attack, so many things that seems to be technical and complex. You learn it while having fun. Remember, security isn't a word that you build once. It is a game you play every day. All you need to do is to make sure to click on the link below. Place an order for the Cybersafe Home Kit now. Inside this kit, you're going to get a lot of things. We're going to help you to set up all the things that we have said. We're going to take you through one-on-ones, through training sessions, instructional sessions that is customized for everybody in your family. And when you do this, we're also going to provide tools for you. For the first 3 months, we're going to set it up. This to 3-month subscription will be given to you for free to ensure that you understand how to use it, the VPN, the password manager. We're also going to give you access to this game, and we're going to also be providing you support, constant support every time. One of the most important things in cybersecurity is knowing what to do. We are going to be there. Once you make purchase of the Cybersafe Homes, every time you have an issue, you call us, we'll respond. I will help you to fix whatever the issue is. We'll build also with you. Inside the kit, you get incident response. You get cards and small flyers and notepads containing details of what you can do whenever you have any problem. And there will also be reminders. Check the link, the link that follows this video. I'm going to send the link along with this video. It can also be found in the description of the video for those of you that are watching this video on YouTube. This link will take you straight to the page where you make payment for the Cybersafe Home Kit, and then the rest is history. You now no longer fall into the prey or the easy prey for hackers, because now you are not just being protected, you have support to take you through every situation of incidents in cybersecurity. Once again, thank you for listening to this session. See you in the